We've been cheated. A certain person has returned to VP. It's me. Um, it's been a long time. It's not been a really long time. It's been quite some time, but I have returned. Happy to restart commentating this league again. We're round 4 here in the BP Racing League. We are at Bahrain. Obviously, one of the most common circuits in any F1 racing league. Always Bahrain's either round 1 or where somewhere in the calendar there's almost always a Bahrain. And here we are once again. A lot of expectations going into this match race. Obviously, circuit 5.4 kilometers, 15 corners to 3 DRS zones. Sector 1's consisted of hairpins and not really tight corners, but lots of flicks from the left to the right. The Sector 2, the longest sector, lots of curves, lots of bends. And Sector 3, if not the shortest out on track, with only 3 turns, 1 long back straight, and a part of the start-finish straight. Um, it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, the lap record, which will definitely be smashed in this qualifying, a 1:31.4 set by Pedro de la Rosa in 2005. So there's obviously, let's also run down into key corners. So you have turn 10, downhill, very tricky corner, one if not the most trickiest corner in the entirety of this circuit. You have turn one. Expect to see some moves into turns one, two, and three, especially with the DRS straight before and after. I do see maybe the S section or turn eight as an overtaking point, and same with turn four. The N section is a very tight corner and we're very hard to get past any driver, so it'll be better to sit behind whoever's in front of you and ready to pounce on that long DRS straight, which is also known as the start-finish straight. Average laps around here in the racing leagues are probably about 128, 129s. I mean, if I remember correctly. Otherwise, that's just me being extremely slow at F1. Um, damn. So yeah, I've been commentating since I don't know when anymore. I joined BPRL in the 25th of May 2023. So think of how long I have commentated in this league. I've been gone for quite some time, and now I'm back. Now I'm back. I've decided to be back. I'm like, why not get my entire like not really company, but like streaming service you can call it, but put it on BP like it used to be. Mm. It's been I've been on this server for nearly 2 years, which is a bit surprising. It's felt way shorter, but I guess I have. 2024 and 2025 have not been the best of commentating years with BPRL, but I'm back and hopefully to be commentating more of these races, and hopefully we're gonna have a good time here in Bahrain. Short qualifying for the sprint, and then obviously the sprint and the normal race. I get asked this question so many times, and everyone's gonna be like shocked when I say this because I sound really young. I'm gonna whisper it. 16. I know it's actually crazy, but yeah, it hasn't dropped yet. I mean, it kind of has. If you look at my past videos, it kind of has. But more videos, live streams. But people can't change what they can't control. I mean, I kind of can control my voice and go like, "Oh, what's going on?" But like, there's no point, is there? Mate, I think scroll down to like maybe look in the videos and scroll down to maybe like FWR. That was 3 years ago. Look how I sounded like. Like honestly, my voice has been very delayed. Like in changing wise, it's been very delayed. If you okay, go into my channel, go look in videos and find the FWR replay things because yeah, if you look in videos, and if you scroll down a bit, you'll get feature restart replay. Okay, all of them are well 2.5 years ago, almost three. Let's just call it three. So yeah, none of them none of them have likes either. It's crazy. I'm expecting people to come in and not believe me. And obviously, that's your opinion. If you don't believe me or believe me, I don't really care. But I believe myself. So I believe in myself more rather than what other people think about me. But yeah, we have 19 drivers on the grid today. Quite an interesting amount because I remember looking at the what do you call it? I forgot what it was called. Oh yeah, the attendance. It had 17 ticks minus me. That would be 16. But obviously, definitely some reserves have come in. It will be a short qualifying. I mean, as you can see, if we go into weekend structure, so yeah, it will be a short qualifying, and then it'll be 10 lap sprint, 29 lap race feature. What would it actually be called though? Feature race or main race, or just the Grand Prix? Oh, I don't know anymore. But yeah, here are your drivers. You've got Michael Harvey, Marco Shaz, Reggie Nicholas, Bartunami, Jose, Tom, DJ Deftra. It hasn't really changed since I last started commentating. I mean, new drivers like Bobinoff, Michal is definitely new to me. Frygate and Recon, they're definitely new to me. But the rest is as if they never left. So they never left these past 2 years. So, I mean, obviously McClussy's going to stay, and obviously Shaz and Reggie for obvious reasons. But let's see how everyone does today at Bahrain. We've got qualifying to fire away. And I hate that ticking because I keep on thinking, like, I don't want to be rude, but, like, always think like a bomb's going on, and it's going to go boom. But anyway, we're loading in now. Multiplayer events, short sprint qualifying here in Bahrain. Session's going to last about hour 30, hour 25. Let's call it at that. Um, as we wait for the other people to load in. Already a better commentator than Tom. Don't say that. Everyone has potential, and everyone has the ability to be a good commentator. And I don't want to. So, but anyway, exactly. Anyway, SQ1 gonna get underway. Let's turn on the stuff that we need. That one we don't need that. Maybe we can check. Like, do we really need telemetry? Probably won't need it in the race. Um, but let's keep telemetry on for now. That. Yeah, I know. I know. I am cooked. Yeah. Is there any point keeping the telemetry on? Like, can somebody explain that? So, who will be the first person to go out on track? It's a massive. Nobody's going out at the moment. Oh no, we have movement. Please control Tom. Where is his name? There it is. We also have a McLaren. Oh, not Bar Tsunami. It's Marco. So, on the outlap, Marco, obviously also Tom. We have a V carb and his teammate, Tom's teammate, which is I forgot. It's also that's Peace Control Tom. There's a Kick Sauber, Jake, Nicholas. There we go, Nicholas. We also have Harvey out on an outlap, Recon. But the main man at the moment, the closest to start his lap time, it's Marco. So obviously we're going to start on focusing him more. Yeah, we don't need that. But anyway, Marco weaving down the straight. You've got Nicholas behind him. Going into turn 11 now, on board with the McLaren as he dashes through the S section. Ready to start his lap as he's going to go down the back straight. What can he set in the McLaren? I'm pretty sure it's equal performance, if I am not mistaken. But Marco, round the final corner. Marco SKF1, ready to start his lap time. He's dashing to the esports line. And as he cuts away, he's got some traffic maybe ahead of him if we go on board with him. I mean, he doesn't have traffic all the way till turn 5. So he's out of the woods. That's for definite. So let's take an onboard. Let's take some time to watch Marco graciously to take this lap as he makes his way into turn 4 now, hits the apex cleanly, gets a good exit going into turns 5, and now going to the S section to 28.4 with the sector 1. That is the quickest sector 1 time you'll have at the moment. Obviously, Nicholas behind may set something quicker. But if we see Marco making his way down into turn 10, one of the trickiest corners, if not the trickiest corner on this circuit. Turn 12 could also be a point if you hold the curb too much, you can spin, and maybe the exit of turn 15 if you don't get turn 14 right. Marco using every last moment of the track limits to gain as much time as possible. Sector 2 will come out as a 106.2 as he hits the apex of turn 13, gets a good exit out of it, down the back straight. What can he set? Around the final corner, Marco SKF1 looks like to set a 126, maybe a 127. It is a 127.9, and now it will be Nicholas to next to cross the line. He goes slower by 3 tenths. He's in the 128s, however, so it's not all lost. However, Harvey was on an invalidated, as the next person to cross the line is Jake M, starting his lap time. We have a McLaren of Bartunami as well, the kick Sauber of the player. Harvey went P3 actually. We have the Mercedes of Peace Control Tom, who goes P2. The kick Sauber of Recon, he's going to also cross the line. He goes P5, 2 seconds off the pace. Ferrari, DJ Def Dragon goes P5. There's a yellow flag, obviously slowing down. Aston Martin in the background, that's Shaz. Frygate now crosses the line. He goes P6. His teammate Boobin goes P2. Very strong lap at 100th quicker than Peace Control Tom, the Red Bull of Ibrahim. He crosses the line to go P6. The steps ready to start his lap time. But now there's a Williams of Jose Felez. We've seen him around before. He's going to cross the line. He goes P5, however. Next across the line will be Marco, but most likely, obviously, going into the pit lane. So the next person to actually probably cross the line with a new lap time will be, if we sieve through the amount of drivers, it will be Ruggy. Around the final corner goes Ruggy. Can he beat? Can he get into the top 10? He probably will. Recon set a 2 second off the pace. Recon sets the provisional pole, and the Aston Martin of Jake M, he goes P3, but 5 tenths quicker than anyone else, as Bartunami makes it 2-3 for McLaren. The player, he's going to cross the line. He goes up to goes P14, which is at the moment provisionally last place, as Michał goes P11. Next across the line will be Shaz, as there are some yellow flags, but Shaz cuts to the line. Does he get anywhere? He goes P2, just a 10th off the pace. But we see other drivers going to the pits. Not this one, however. Going down the back straight, it is the steps. He's got people that will obviously also go into the pits behind him. Let's go on board with the Czech driver. It's not looking like a quick lap, maybe a 128. But he crosses the line. It is P14. And both both Ferraris not up to performance standard. Next command, obviously, you won't be setting any dangerous lap times. would have been the V-carb. We have the Bod Tsunami here. He's not on a lap either. Neither is J-Chem. But what about Ruggies there as well in the mix? He's obviously backed out, but there's a Kick Sauber. It seems to be on a lap time. He's 2 seconds up the player. So at the moment, he's going provisionally, 16th. So around the final corner, this is not looking like a good qualifying for the 2 Kick Saubers as he dashes actually into the pits. So he doesn't want to take that improvement offer, but McCluskey, he crosses the line, goes P13. His teammate is the only person to yet set a lap. As now there's just going to be a massive war of people going to the pits. Will be Shaz going in as well, and obviously Steps. But some drivers are also making their way out, as you can see on the map. Or is that them going in? Not really sure. But we do have... so it's only McCluskey and Steps are on track. Steps will obviously go into the pits. And Lossy will most likely also go to the pits. If we check up on him now... No, he may go for a second... No, but he's invalidated. So we're at that qualifying stalemate. We have 3 minutes 30 left. I think someone is going out, however. Oh wait, no, it's just Shaz going into the pits and then... But there is a Haas. There is a Haas going out on track, and that is Frygate. If we look at him now, making his way out on track. Obviously, this is sprint qualifying, so, I don't know if there will be a main qualifying for the main race, or will they just go with the sprint results. However, Frygate in the lead, ladies in P16, doesn't seem like he may be this only driver with a serious lap. He set a 128.9, so all he needs to get is in the 128s, and he'd probably improve. Will he get past the Ferraris? Maybe if he gets another grace of his pace from the F1 gods. And the top 4 separated by 0.6 of a second. And now we're going to go into a moment where literally everyone will be out on track. Reggie can't mess this lap up because this lap is going to determine if he's starting last or first. One mistake and it could cost him leading to him being behind the entire pack, which is a bit obvious when you're saying it like that. But it's important to say. But the first person to be setting lap times out of this massive group that is going out on track, it will be the Haas of Frygate. At the moment, P16. We'll see where he starts in the sprint. If he gets invalidated, maybe he'll have a lap left. He definitely will, unless he makes a spin or something. But Frygate cutting down towards the main straight. You can see the McLaren emerging out of the pits. I don't know if he can make it unless he cuts some corners, Marco. But McCluskey stays in the pit, surprisingly. So that's his qualifying done and dusted. As Frygate rounds turn 4, the only driver to set on a lap except for Peace Control, Tom. So he's 2 tenths up. So he is 2.5 tenths up, which actually puts him into provisional P13. McCluskey's gone out on track. Now, will he cut corners? Because there will definitely not be enough to set anything. But Frygate's actually validated. I've just realised that. So we're going to jump up the grid to Peace Control Tom as he rounds his way through the S's. He's 2 tenths up, puts him into provisional P4 at the moment. If he pushes a little more, maybe provisional P3 and maybe spoil a bit of the McLaren party. The Aston Martins lodging McLaren in their own little sandwich and cutting down the straight. Peace Control Tom, you've got the McLaren of, I believe, Marco letting him by, and that will be his qualifying done, and so with McCluskey. So the checker flag will be about to wave. He's 6 tenths up. That puts him into provisional P2. Will it be enough? Will this Sector 3 be enough to put Peace Control Tom onto provisional pole position? Here he is on board with the Mercedes driver. Can he beat the V Cup. He cuts down the straight. It's looking very rapid. It looks like a 127, and he goes provisional pole by a whole tenth. As next across the line is Recon. Does he go anywhere? He stays where he is, although improvement. DJ Death Dragon, he's a second up. He's going to definitely get somewhere. He goes up to P3. The Williams behind him goes up to P5 with Mikau. The player goes up to P6. The V Cub of Harvey is 9 thousandths off as McCluskey, as his teammate Reggie goes into P8 only. And now Boobin goes into provisional pole out of almost nowhere. I'm a bit lost at the moment, and Nicholas crosses the line. The Aston Martin of Jake M is ready to. Both Aston Martins are actually ready to cross the line. As Shaz goes P2, Jake goes P7, Ibrahim goes P6, and the grid is changing rapidly as Ruggy sets a 126 and puts himself on provisional pole, and Bartunami locks out the front row for the sprint. And this has been such a out of nowhere qualifying, as TW Ruggy takes pole by 0.2 of a second. Which, I mean, before we get into the sprint race, let's look at the championship standings, because kind of forgot to look at it. That's Prestige. So in the Prestige drivers, it's Ruggy actually on the top of the standings. Can he get 3 in a row wins? Marco has a big mountain to climb if he wants to get in any contention for the rest of the season. Felix in P3 in the Haas. Obviously, he's not racing, I don't think, unless that is moving off. Harvey in P4, he gets P6. So Racing Bulls are doing pretty well. Obviously, top of the constructors. Tig and Ibrahim. Obviously, Tig isn't racing. Ibrahim, the only Red Bull out of track, the only, I think, lone driver on this grid. So it's sunny for what is going to be a great sprint race. 10 laps of hopefully close racing action, and Ruggy doesn't run away by 20 seconds. As Fry gets lagged out of the session. As we wait for the players, we have a beautiful view of the pit lane here. You can see the pit crew already sitting on their seats, ready to watch for anything. We're still waiting. Give us some time. But here we go. Formation lap. So, Frygate's been DSQ'd, actually, from the formation lap. So, I am Dom. Obviously, you may know me from, or Nico, as some people also call me. I've been here. You may have known me for a long time, and now I'm back to commentating BFC. And here we are, the Bahrain Grand Prix in Prestige, round 4. And let's go down this sprint race grid. On pole, it's Ruggy. Second place, Bartunami. Third, Boobin. Fourth, Shaz. Fifth, Tom. Sixth, Harvey. Seventh, Ibrahim. Jake, 8th. DJ, 9th. Michal, 10th. Steps, 11th. Nicholas, 12th. Player, 13th. Reggie, 14th. Marco, 15th. Obviously second in the championship, so this may be a moment where he needs a very good sprint race to get a good racing qualifying racing grid. Jose in P16, Lusty P17, Frygate P18, Recon P19, and JP 20th after joining late. So we have a full grid raring to go Obviously, Frege is going to have the coldest tyres from the bat. We don't need the table, the grid, the order. There you go. I don't actually know what it's called. I just call it the order. So, one-stop strategy is definitely up for grabs here. I mean, tyres will probably be on 10% when you pit. So, is it really worth it? No. You'd be probably better off doing it. There's no stoppers, but obviously that really isn't possible, is it? Very good, very interesting positioning from Ruggie there. Same with Bartunami, as people, why are they weaving so much? There's really no need. But anyway, the grid is set. A multitude of emotions, 20 cars, 10 laps here in the Bahrain sprint race. 5 red lights. And it's go, go, go for one more time here in Prestige. And it's a very good start for Ruggie going down into turn 1. But Bartunami is there. Can he get past him? Yes, he can, as he has the inside line going into turn 1. But there's contact between the two, and it's a multitude. There's a massive block of drivers raring to overtake each other. The Red Bull weaving off, not on the best of lines, as it's side by side between Harvey and Shaz. As Harvey gets up into P3, can he even get past the McLaren? It's looking good at the moment for the V-Cars once again. And let's look at the position changes. As there's a spin from Michał and a spin at turn 7. And also other mistakes, especially Reggie's dropped down all the way to P17. But let's look at the position changes now. Harvey's had, maybe McGlussie has had a fantastic start going up to P10. One of the people with the worst starts would be Michał. But obviously, with a spin at turn 8, that would obviously cost him some time. Back on the race now. Bartunami chasing down TW Ruggie for the lead here in the sprint race. And he wants to at least get in the slipstream and obviously get away from HRT Harvey, which is who is being challenged by Shaz, who's being challenged by the Haas of Bubin, who's not really being challenged. I mean, Tom is still within touching distance, but obviously not enough. As Bartunami pulling far out to the right, he's trying to get side by side with Ruggie. Ruggie, the lone man, not taking the esports line. And it's kind of worked for him. Ruggie still leads going into turn 1 here in lap 2. Obviously some change in the midfield. Now, Ruggie doesn't seem like he can break away at the moment. As we go down, Harvey nearly slams the back of Bartunami. Very risky choice of braking there from HRT. As going down into turn 8, can he send it? He's decided to send it, and it's contact between the two, rather minor, but not really much, as the Mercedes of Nicholas making mistakes, and Harvey raring to get past Bartunami. Can he do it, however? Slipstream on the McLaren. However, the McLaren does also have DRS, but Harvey is also helping Ruggie to try and escape from the McLaren. Shaz in P4 obviously started in P3, dropped down 1 position. Top 2 has stayed the same throughout these first 2 laps. But the midfield has changed quite a lot, and also the bottom part. I mean, Frygate is AI mode because he did lag out of the session. Hopefully he can join back in time. But down the straight, now Ruggie's also taking the esports line. Because now he knows there's DRS on the line to defend from. And Bartunami knows it. And he breezes past the V-Carb. He's going to go around the outside. But does he have DRS going into the next straight, however? As he gets down the inside into turn 2. And he has the DRS. And this will be the final push. But they're still side by side. Ruggie definitely using the last bits of ERS to try and stay ahead. It's still side by side. A bit of a slip from Harvey. Bartunami, can he get it in front? They're still side by side. And Ruggie, how are they keeping this fight going on? And even Harvey wants to stay in this as well. But he locks up and keeps him out of the fight. And Ruggie, out of all of that, still may not even stay ahead. As Bartolome have the inside line. Will he send it into turn 10? Yes, he does. They're side by side, and it's neck and neck between the McLaren and the V-Carb. And the V-Carb, somehow, after all of that, stays ahead. As Bartolome now sticking behind TW Ruggy. Now he needs to watch out for Harvey, who's ready to overtake him as they dash through the S section, going down into turn 13. Who will get the better exit? Will it be Harvey or will it be Tsunami? Che going down the straight. It's going to be neck and neck. It's a good slipstream. Can somebody catch onto it? Or just, yeah, but Bubinov has gone past Shaz. Can he get past Harvey as well? But we need to go back up to the front because now Tsunami has a task, and that is to overtake Ruggy after that half a lap long fight. How about this time? Surely, second time round, he's going to have the outside line into turn 1, and he's definitely ahead. Player with a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So does Nicholas. Nicholas retires in the pits. Does player do the same? Probably not. But now Ruggy has the DRS and he's stuck behind a McLaren who doesn't seem to have the pace without the DRS. And obviously, Ruggy on about 50% ERS, Tsunami on just a bit less, probably about 40. So it's a 2-3 for V-Carb. Marco's jumped up his way to P9. Obviously not the best qualifying from him. Obviously leaving the pit lane a bit too late. So that's definitely going to cost him a little bit. So our first DNF, Nicholas, is out due to retiring in the pit lane. So that 4 out of 10. The top 10 staying with each other and then slowly breaking away from the rest of the field from 11th to 19th. However, it may get drawn back in with GP, Lossie, and Jose as Tsunami in the lead. Ruggy will have the DRS. Will he breeze past him with ease? He has Harvey behind him as well, which is we have seen he is likely to take risks. However, he needs to worry about Bubinov as he is almost side by side as he tries to go around the outside. Ruggy's back in the lead as well as Bubinov sends it down the inside into turn 2. They're still side by side. And who stays ahead as Harvey pushing him off the track, elbows out, giving no room to his Haas rival. And still massive Harvey and Bubinov having basically a scrap, having a massive fight. As Bubinov takes the risk of this end, does Harvey still stay ahead? Going down into turns 9 and 10, it's neck and neck. It's nearly contact once again, but it's the send from a Bubinov that gets the Haas ahead. He will also have the DRS too. Ruggy slowly starting to run away, 3/10 gap. Obviously needs it to be extended through these next couple of corners before the DRS straight. Now, 5 laps in, does anybody pit? I mean, most of the field are mediums, so maybe not. Ruggy, Tsunami is right there ready to pounce. They're side by side going down into turn 1. But Ruggy seems to be staying ahead with very good defending as Recon DNFs on track. No safety car VSC will be caused, obviously. But Ruggy stays ahead of Tsunami. As you can see, JChem and I believe that was DJ Death Dragon in the background also having a bit of a fight. And the race slowly starting to calm down. Everybody in a single file line. No one making any crazy maneuvers. But maybe Harvey. Harvey and Bubinov, some of the more risk-taking drivers here at the moment. As he is right up Bubinov, and it's a very good exit. Bubinov is kind of forced off the track there, and he obviously drops down to P4. Can Shaz follow through? He's a bit too far back and won't get past. A lot of now it's just 3/10 gaps. Nobody can make any moves, especially not into turns 14 and 15. But maybe Bar Tsunami. Third time's the charm. That's what they all say. And is it the charm for Bar Tsunami? It definitely is. And he's ahead of TW Ruggy for another time. Can he keep it, however? That's a better question. I mean, Ruggy's already there with the DRS. He doesn't use any ERS, however, and he's going to stick behind going to turn 4, nearly smacking to the back of the McLaren. Lap 7 out of 10. Bar Tsunami in the lead. The both V-Cubs second and third. Now, does Harvey make a maneuver on the championship leader, who is on course to get 3 wins in a row here in Prestige? Or does he stay back and defend Bubanoff off? Because we've just seen how Bubanoff has been fighting with Harvey, and obviously we don't really want a massive crash for both teams, as obviously Frygate's lagged out and it's really put him very far back, I should say. So Haas need every point they can get at the moment. TW Ruggy in P2. He'll have the next DRS shape, but look at Bubanoff fighting. Will he make the choice move? No, he gets just before the corner, and Harvey has dropped down as there was a spin from Jose. Marco gets past Ibrahim, but here comes TW Ruggy. Look at the DRS. He doesn't even need DRS for this. Does he make the choice move? No. Bar Tsunami survives the DRS straight as we see a massive fight behind him. TW Ruggy needs to also watch behind him as Bubanoff is looking raring to get past the V-Carbs, and Harvey is trying his hardest not to let them pass, and which could, because they want the wins for themselves obviously, and obviously Bubanoff needs every point for Haas at the moment, as obviously Frygate's left. It's the sprint race, and then they need a good spot for the main race. So at the moment, it's everything. TW Ruggy now, can he make a move into turn 11? It's not really possible, but there was always an opportunity, but stays behind, going now into the long right-hander of turn 12, and dashing into the turn 13. McClussy's lagged out as well. He should be probably... And that voice is coming to haunt me again. Every time I say the word of the console I use, it turns on some random voice thing, and I don't know how to turn it off. So please, someone, if they can DM me, please tell me how. But anyway, I didn't even say the name of the... Oh my god! It's 3 wide! Bubanoff! So, out of nowhere, Bubanoff takes the lead and capitalizes. Bubanoff and TW Ruggy just became rocket ships and zoomed past Bar Tsunami, and Bubanoff in the lead out of almost nowhere. But look at TW Ruggy. What setup have they created to just become a rocket ship out of nowhere? I mean, dashing through the S section. TW Ruggy, can he make the move on this next straight? Chasing down Bubanoff now. TW Ruggy tries to get... He doesn't really want to get into the slipstream. That could cause maybe even dirty air instead. And we're going to go into the final lap of this race, of this sprint race, with Bubanoff in the lead, TW Ruggy in second, and Bar Tsunami in third. Bubanoff started in P5, if I'm not wrong. No, he started in... What place did he start in? He started in P3, actually, sorry. And he's currently in the lead. Not with definitely not a safe margin, as TW Ruggy, as we've seen literally last lap, he can become a rocket ship down this straight. And look at him. He's pulled over to the left, and he's going to zoom past with ease. And they could even lap Frygate. Wow. As Bartunami with a massive dive bomb pushes Bubinov off the track and the grid and the order, and it looks like Ruggie has won the sprint race because surely Bartunami can't come back with 6 tenths and get it over the line in P1. Also, with the fact that they're catching up to Frygate rather quickly. Obviously, he left the game, so he's going to be in AI mode. And I don't know the actual AI difficulty, as there's yellow flags, and that's Jose once again. He stopped, he spun around for the second time. But it's good to just, we better to just keep pushing. As TW Ruggie, a second clear of Bar Tsunami. And around the final couple of corners here in the sprint race, TW Ruggie is cruising to this victory. Ibrahim with corner cut infringements penalties, as there's blue flags. So they're even going to get to there's been a massive incident. Is that the two Red Bull? That's GPL and Ibrahim. It would have been nice to see what happened, but TW Ruggie wins the sprint race. Bartunami moving off on the line. Around the final corner, you can see someone going massively wide. That's JP. As Ibrahim spins round, and here comes the rest of the pack. Reggie gets past. Will Mikhail get past? Yes, he has. And Reggie's just bottled it. Reggie has jumped all the way down to P14 after slamming into the pit wall. What is happening here for this finish? Player gets a 10-second time penalty for an unserved penalty. And Reggie, with at least the midfield result, slips from his grasp. JP goes from last place to 10th. But what's just happened at the moment? So TW Ruggie leads ahead of Bart Tsunami. I'm gonna get ready for now for the main race. Obviously, uh, Ruggie on pole after winning the sprint race. So, and he could even go. He probably will even go on to win the race. As wait, no, we have qualify. Sorry, so we have another qualifying. That is, I did not expect that. Why do we have so much time? This is going to be a long session. And I only thought it was going to be maybe a minute, an hour and a half. This is going to be 2 hours. Jesus. I have homework today. I'm going to just do it now. I mean, I have no choice. I have to do it mid-race. Because I thought I'm going to have some, like, time. Old book. Where even is it? Big question. I've left something in it I need. Commentator doing it in homework mid-race, mid-qualifying. Where's that German book? There it is. Oh my days. Your commentator's doing homework at the moment because he didn't expect to have another qualifying session. To do 8 questions. Speaking questions in a minute. Oh my god. As Mikhail starts his lap, what does Mikhail set in the Polish driver in the Williams? Mikhail going down the second DRS straight of his lap. He'll be the first person to set one. I think. Yeah, it will be. God. I just wanted to make sure where everyone is. Will be the next across the line then to set a lap. It will be probably Recon. But anyway, Mikhail across the line is going to be a 1:27.8 as the next person to cross the line with a lap time will be Recon. As he goes down the back straight, he's going to dash towards the final corner. He hits the apex, round turn 15. What will the kick Sauber say? It's not looking quick. It's not quick. It's a 1:30.4 as the Aston Martin of Jake. He's going to cross the line. He's going to go on provisional pole by 2/10. The Red Bull emerging in the background. He's going to go back into the pits. The Mercedes of Peace Control Tom. Not Peace Control Tom. Nicholas, that was, I think. Speaking of Peace Control, here comes Peace Control Tom. Around the final corner, the Mercedes will set a 1:27.5. So 0.5 quicker than Jake. Next across the line will be Ibrahim. No, that's a V carb. So if that's Harvey, he's invalidated. Plays on an outlap. Jose? Is that Jose? No, that is Micho. Next across the line will be the steps as he rounds turn 12, hitting into turn 13. Down the back straight. What will the Ferrari set? He goes P4. Not very quick as Jose goes P3 actually. The kick salva now of the player. Nope, that is not the player. Ibrahim rounds the final corner. And it looks like a 1:27. Is it quicker? Yes, it is by 51 thousandths. Everyone very quick, very close together. Not everyone, top three. But next across the line will be a Mercedes, and that Mercedes is Nicholas, who goes into the pits. Not an actual lap. So, who's the next person to set a lap time? Not a lot of people are out on track. It'll be the player. So, Play around the final corner. It looks like a 127. It is actually a 128.1, which puts him in P6. And then McLaren behind starting his lap time. That's Marco. Um, so we only have Friday and Marco on laps at the moment, I think. I mean, is that Aston Shaz? Yeah, he's on an lap. Roggy starting his lap time. And Frygate's backed out, that's for definite. So we don't have to watch him. So now we're only focusing on Marco. .1056 is sector 2, which I don't know if that's quick enough. Around the final corner. Oh no, it's definitely quick enough. Hits the apex clean, not really cleanly. The exit doesn't seem the worst. It looks like a 126. It's a 127.1. Puts him on provisional pole by nearly 4 tenths of a second. Then the next person to cross the line is Shaz. 105 is his sector 2, similar to Marco, meaning will he beat him as he cuts down, crosses the line? It's a 127.0, and it is provisional pole for the Aston Martin. Next person, TW Ruggy. 105.3. He is definitely quicker than Shaz. Down the back straight, on board with the V-carb driver. Hits the apex, kind of misses the apex, but it's still clean. Good exit. It's definitely a 126. It's a 126.8. The first 126 of the qualifying. As Mercedes, as people gonna out on track. Will they set improvements? We'll see. Next across the line is HRT Harvey. 105.5. Looks like to get between P4, 3 and 2. Sorry for that. Just needed to do something. Anyway, Nicholas has gone up to P6 as I see. Bartunami's in P5. Bubinov P4. Marco P3. We already saw that. Harvey P7. Okay. What is my mum listening to? Yeah, no one's on laps. Is the player on a lap? He is up, but he's definitely not gonna. He's only gonna get P13 at best, unless he spawns 3 times out of nowhere in this last sector. Is that a Haas going out? Or is that going into the pits? No, that's definitely going into the pits. The player goes up to P11. Jake, hopefully, player's invalidated. So it's just Jake, along with his thoughts. So have a bit of quiet on board while I do my homework for a bit because I kind of need to because I didn't know it was gonna take this long. And now I haven't even got to do anything. Like I've literally just written down like 7 words. And people are already on laps. Great. I didn't expect it to take this long, man. First person to cross the line will be Friday. Yeah, it'll be Friday. Um, Friday making his way through turn 12 as he cuts down the back straight. McCluskey the only person. He's gonna definitely be last place. Around the final corner, Frygate. He's gonna cross the line. The first person to finish qualifying, he goes P2. That's definitely out of nowhere. Michal goes P12. I see VCarb starting laps. That Williams, that's also starting lap. Alpine, starting lap. Who's the next person on the lap? Looks like it would be Recon. So Recon making his way through. This looks like a very slow lap. Recon around the final corner. Qualifying's over. Lassie starting from the back. Recon crosses the line. He goes stage P17. Next person across the line will be GP. And he will go provisional pole? No, P8. McLaren of Marco stays P3. Ferrari of Steps goes up to P14. The Mercedes of Peace Control Tom 10th. DJ Death Dragon up to P12. The V Cub now of Harvey. He goes P2. But what about his teammate Ruggy? He goes 3 tenths quicker than his previous lap time. And that's a lap to call good. As Jose Velez goes up to P16 actually. The Alpine of Reggie, P11. Shaz P4. Nicholas Bubinov jumps up to P2, spoiling the Mercedes, the VCAR 1-2. Peace Control, Ibrahim goes up to 10th. Jake M to 12th. What else has happened? Nicholas to P5. Oh my days, I need to do my homework or else I'm actually going to get cooked. Done one part of the homework. So we have a formation lap. You can obviously see the grid to your left. I'm still need to do my homework. I'm sorry, but I kind of have to. still making their way round. I mean, why is there a Red Bull in P2? I don't know why. As the people line up in their grid slots, we are ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We've had a sprint race with the winner of that was Ruggie. Speaking of Ruggie, he's on pole for the main race, and it's 5 red lights. And it's go, go, go once more here in Bahrain. It's a good start for Ruggie. As he actually no, Bubinov gets ahead, going down to turn one. He'll have the inside line, which will probably allow him to take the lead. Will even Frygate follow through? He's been clipped, which will definitely drop him back a bit. He drops down to P5 actually, as there's lawnmowers cutting across turn two. And there's yellow flags, and that's somebody off. That's Nicholas in the wall, I think. Has he got any damage? I think he's lost his front wing. If you could be ever so kind to change the camera. Uh, he has lost both end plates, which is definitely going to cost him some downforce. Obviously, we'll have to go into the pits. Maybe a double DNF for him this race. If the stream spontaneously shuts down, that's probably because I had to go. But probably it shouldn't. So Bubinov leads, followed by Ruggie. Around the final corner, Bubinov leads with a very interesting gap to TW Ruggie. I mean, if we look in the background, so many people just decided to forget to take the esports line. I mean, it's not always critical though. Bar Tsunami makes his way up to P3 from starting in P8. Around turn 5. I really need a drink. As Bubinov makes his way around into turn 8, he's keeping a comfortable, not really comfortable, but interesting, not, I don't know how to explain it, ahead of Ruggie, followed by Bar Tsunami, Harvey, and then Reggie is actually bouncing between being in the DRS range and not, which could be costly, as JP's right behind him, as you can see in the background there. He's already pulling to the left. He was thinking about it. He's probably not going to send it. He doesn't. Bubinov down the straight. Comfortable gap ahead of Ruggie. What is Bold Tsunami doing? Why did he just decide to take it and then decide to switch back in? Maybe this is why. Bold Tsunami down the inside of TW Ruggie gets ahead. Very interesting send there. I need a safety car. It's not that I want it, I need it. Because I feel dehydrated and I need to do some homework. And obviously safety cars can spice things up. Sorry about that. Bar Tsunami in P2 behind Bubinov. Can Bar Tsunami take Bubin down the straight? And he does. Sends. He doesn't need to send it. He's far ahead. Zooms past the ass. I really need some water. If anyone's watching, do you guys mind if I go quickly get some water? I need a, because I feel dehydrated. Because I haven't drunk in like 2 hours. 2, 3, maybe even more 4. Please. It would be nice to have a co-commentator, but obviously we don't have any. Bar Tsunami ahead of Bubinov. I can't speak. Bubin, oof, is going to get past Bar Tsunami. Definitely past this straight. Does Bar Tsunami realise that and let him by? Probably not, it's Bar Tsunami. Actually, no. I mean, he does give him a gentle squeeze to the outside curb, but calmly, Bubin gets into P1. But it's a big lockup, and Bar Tsunami can capitalise. Maybe not. Maybe not. HRT Harvey gets past, but Bar Tsunami sends it down the inside on the Haas. Oh, I actually critics at L2. Anyway, it's a great move, and Bar Tsunami is just couldn't keep it. However, oh my god! If anyone's watching, do you guys like mind if I go and get a drink? I really want one. It's not one. I want one. I need one. The steps for the first 3-second penalty. Bar Tsunami obviously expectedly gets past Bobin. Riker can't get past actually, and Harvey may capitalise. No, he doesn't actually. HRT Harvey around the outside on his teammate. Bit of a risky move to do that on your as someone who's leading the championship and he's obviously your teammate. But wherever you want, V-Carb, maybe it's planned. HRT Harvey behind the Haas. Bar Tsunami could get overtaken by both of these. I I mean, both of these drivers. Still a bit of a question mark on will Boobin get past because it is a 6 tenth gap. He needs a missile to get past. CW Ruggy gets past his teammate, but yeah, Bartunami keeps the lead for another lap. I'm sorry, I need to go get it. I'm sorry. I'm back. Boobin's still in second, trying to get past Bartunami. CW Ruggy keeping close behind him, and still a bit of a stalemate. Everyone in a single file line, obviously broken away from the other pack, the other train. You can see them in the background there. Down now the start finish straight. This is where Boobin and Ruggy can pounce on Bard Tsunami. The pit window is open. And it's a massive. Speaking of pit window, let's look at the tyres. We forgot to look at the tyres. Boobin off and Bard Tsunami on mediums. Same with JP, Reggie, Tom, Jake, Frygate, Steps, Nicholas, and then a couple hards and soft runners. Obviously, Lossie's lagged out, so he's a bit far behind. Bubinov in the lead, still ahead of Bartunami, followed by Ruggy, followed by Harvey, followed by JP. Yellow flags, and that is Jose and Barco. Or they're just spins, probably. The race just feels all of a sudden way more calmer, and I'm praying for a DNF. I'm praying for a safety car. I need a break. Down the start finish straight, Tsunami probably expected to get past the Haas at the moment, a 4 tenth gap, and now he has the DRS. And he's charging at him like a speeding bull. He's pulling to the right. He's going to send it into turn one. Will he get past it before the corner? Yes, he does. Tsunami navigating his way through the S section. Down the straight, Tsunami. Can he get past Ruggy? Down the inside? No. Tsunami once again, expected to get past Ruggie. For temps, as people go into the pits as well. Side by side, Ruggie and Bartonami. Ruggie still has the inside line, will stay ahead of the McLaren. Now, Bartonami very competitive at the moment, especially in the sprint race. Now, will he make an ambitious move into turn 11? Probably not. It is a very risky corner to make a move on. Going down. Hello. I'm really tired, man. Bartunami in P2. But yeah, TW Ruggie still in the lead. Bartunami, can he overtake the V-carb? No. Stays behind him. I suppose he's retired. It's yellow flags. Please. Oh, it's in the pits. Now the gap's slowly starting to separate. Except for Harvey and Ridge, though. I think pit stops could also shake that up. Question is, when will they pit? If we re-look at tyres, 3 medium runners, which are probably going to go into the pits this lap, which could lead to some boring moments until they get back. Do any of them pit though? No, they don't. Top 10 still yet to pit. And the gaps are getting longer and longer. That is not what I want at the moment. Bard does have DRS, but it's definitely not effective. And Reggie has officially broken away from Bartunami. He's going to the bits, so is. And here we go. Here's the worst. Here's the most boring part of this. This will be the most boring part of this entire race. Prepare yourselves. I mean, at least these three get to stay together. How fun. Let's just watch Ruggy Cruise at the moment because I kind of still need to do homework. So, yeah. They're actually going to lap someone and say that's recon. There we go. Nicholas is DNS in the pits. I think some of these guys will start to pit soon. Maybe. Ruben expectedly setting the fastest lap. Shaz makes up to P2. Maybe a good fight starting to brew for second place. I mean, the hard runners will pit soon as well. GP making his way up to P7. Early pit stop has worked out for him. 13 laps to go. I thought this race was going to take like an hour and a half. It's going to take 2 hours. Why? Sorry for the silence. Like, there's nothing much to talk about at the moment. I think if Reggie, Bard, Boobin, and GP like all move up, then finally there'll be something to talk about. Obviously, these guys need to pit. So top six. I mean, is gonna one of them pit? No, definitely not. Hmm. Making a bit of a mistake there, but it's a leisure centre again. So there's a VSC. I've just missed something. Frygate's DNF'd. I've had to go and do something, and now I've missed something. Is it going to bring the grid to get Bucky's pit? And he's in the lead by still a decent amount. Did you Death Dragon? It's sped under virtual safety car conditions. I'm still doing my homework for like. Oh, we're finally getting action. About time. It's a good fight for P2 at the moment. I mean, Ruggy's far away from the pack, but Don't tell me I have to go. Oh, I literally have like, mm, I have 12 minutes. Oh, can I stretch that? Probably not. So Bartunami now in P2. And can he get away from the rest behind him? Probably not. Um, Tar? Yes. Anyway, okay. Yes. Anyways, Bubinov in the lead, but he's gonna have to hold off Tsunami, who gets past the Haas with ease and goes up into P2. Reggie behind him as well. Can he send it? Behind him, nothing much going on either. As Bartunami accelerating, he always gets good exits out of when he gets maneuvers done. 6 seconds, Ruggie is ahead of, as there's a massive dive bomb there from Harvey hitting the side of Shaz. Bit of a risky move, and it has come out with no reward. But how about this? It's 3 while going to turn 8. Who in their right minds decided to do that? Everyone keeping close together. Shaz decided to pull out as it's once again a risky send, which has given a mistake to Harvey. Drops him all the way down the order, all the way at the back of the train. As Shaz goes a bit wide, Ibrahim could overtake him here. They're side by side going down into turn 14. Someone will have to back out, or not. Or Shaz does anyway. Side by side, the two Red Bulls, as Ibrahim goes wide, nearly clips his teammate there. As pushing and shoving these 3, Harvey, Ibrahim, and Shaz. Elbows out, pushing and shoving through these corners. Not really key, as Harvey's just been sent off the track. But he is still in a very good spot to fight for this P6. As Harvey with a bit of a mistake. Was that Harvey? No, that was Peace Control Tom, sorry. Wait, no. It's just an Alpine of whoever that was. Lussie. Was that Lussie? I don't even know anymore. Okay, hungry right now. Stop it. Shaz sends it down the inside on Harvey, and there's contact, and they've gone far off the track. Harvey's DNF'd, and he's ready to quit. Bit of a petty moment, but here we are. Lap 24 of 29, Roy leads, followed by Bar Tsunami. Now, these five are just staying in a single file queue, no one making any moves. And it's just no one is ready to pounce. Around the final corner, lap 25 out of 29, we're nearly at the end. Will Bubinoff send it? No, he doesn't. So, oh, massive clip there for Bubinoff, and he drops down all the way to P6. Such a random moment. Reggie either I think it was the Red Bull that clipped the behind the rear tire of the Haas, which has caused him to drop down all the way to P6 as the Red Bulls barging each other off the road. As blue flags this time for Recon. Ten seconds clear. Your race leader, TW Ruggy. very calmer racing at the moment without the. I mean, there is Red Bull pushing and shoving each other, but what a send! Does GP keep it in front of Reggie? Yes, he does. Can Ibrahim even follow through? He's definitely has, and Reggie and Shaz having a bit of a squabble there. Still side by side, the two Red Bulls are in not even giving each other any room at all, and that's just what racing's about. I mean, I kind of have to be a bit quiet at the moment, so I can't go over the top like I usually do in these fights as Ibrahim drops back. Not Ibrahim, GP drops back a bit as Reggie now wanting to overtake the Red Bull. I mean, Red Bull will take the most points from this race, main race. TW Ruggie will win both sprint and main race, unless he crashes, which would be very unlucky because he literally has 2 laps left. Lap 28 of 29. TW Ruggie cruising, and these lot are just having a massive squabble. As Ibrahim actually leaves, breaks away from Bubinov and Bartunami, break away from the Red Bull and Reggie and Shaz. So that's going to change something. Marco, second in the standings. Don't think that will change. However, it's definitely not going to pick up a lot of points. Bad qualifyings in the sprint qualifying and for the qualifying for the main race, which has led to, I think, if we look in the race director, are we able to see? No, we're not. I don't remember what place he got in the sprint race. As Ruggie about to start the final lap of his Grand Prix, imagine if Ruggie crashes, making a double DNF for VCARB in such a crucial moment, and then we could actually get a good fight for the win. But as we watch Ruggie now, ready to start his final lap of the Grand Prix, but Ruggie coasts down into turn 10. I think no possible crashes are in his way at the moment. There is a yellow flag, that's Michał, who's binned it at the S section. But now we need to focus on one man, and that's TW Ruggie. As he travels his way down the back straight, it will be TW Ruggie that wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. He won in sprints, he got pole in both qualifyings, so he has gotten a Grand Slam as TW Ruggie wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Now, Will Bard Tsunami, there's a 4 wide at the back, and now who's going to get 4th? I mean, Ibrahim does have a penalty as someone goes far wide. That was Reggie, I'm pretty sure. As Reggie will take P4, as Ibrahim drops all the way down to P7, as Marco right on the line beats Peace Control Tom, which is a bit out of nowhere. Mihal's Binde again. CW Ruggy victorious in Bahrain. Lossie almost got lapped by the whole grid. But your winner, CW Ruggy. Pole in the sprint qualifying, wins the sprint race. Pole in the main qualifying, wins the main race. He is looking very sharp and is probably the main man to win the champion. He's just done a back. He's just done a flip. What? What was that? So that was everything. See you whenever I